Are you giving your CFA exam? Are you done with your studies and are wondering how to revise? Do you want a revision plan? Then this video is for you. Hi guys and welcome back to my channel. My name is Tanishka and I hope you all are doing good. In today's video, I'm going to be giving you a CFA exam revision plan, a last minute revision plan. It works well for all three levels: CFA level 1, CFA level 2, CFA level 3. So let's get straight to it. But before that, if you're new to this channel, then please take 1 second to hit the subscribe button. If you've ever liked my work even ittu sa, then please join the channel by subscribing to it. And make sure you hit the bell icon as well so that you get notified every time I post a new video. And if you're already a part of this channel, then thank you so much for joining me in my journey. I hope we stay together till the end of time. Okay, so before I get to the plan, let me just burst a few myths or just talk about a few things that I know a lot of you have in your mind. First things first, if you haven't started your revision say 2 months before the exam, it is completely fine. Even 3 to 4 weeks of revision is completely okay, especially if you have studied that first detailed reading very well, which basically means if you have studied all 10 subjects well at least once. Even if you think you're forgetting, don't worry about that, but if you know कि एक बार अच्छे से पढ़ा है, then even 3 to 4 weeks of revision is okay. It is nothing to stress about. Point number 2, and very important, revision should be revision. It should not be studying again. Don't try to find harder methods just because you feel कि यार important चीज़ है, so only if I follow a hard method will I pass. Many a times that just causes a lot of brain fatigue and it may even lead to a negative result rather than a positive result. So the point of this revision plan is it's easy. It's not very complicated, nothing too stressful, and very doable by all people, because believe me, I am a very lazy person and I could do it very well for both level 1, level 2 and in fact even level 3. So coming to point number 1 in the revision plan, make sure whenever you are revising, you are going in ascending order. So start your revision with the first subject that you actually ever studied. So for example, once you started your CFA say level 1, if the first subject you studied was fixed income, your revision will also start with fixed income. Always follow the same pattern. Very simple logic. The subject that you did sabse pehle will need a little bit more time to revise, so please go to that. Point number 2 of revision is actually how to do the revision. So first things first, I personally prefer just going through the videos because I used to go to a coaching class, so I had like lecture videos. So I personally like watching videos as a revision. Like I just retain audio visually better than reading, so I quickly watch my lecture videos. If you do not go for coaching or for whatever reason, if you do not have video lectures in hand, you can simply go through your notes. Please do not waste time reading everything from scratch again, especially if you're doing your revision like in the last 1 month or last 1.5 months, because it will just, like I said, lead to brain fatigue. Okay, so find a quicker method. You need to skim through. The point of revision is mainly to get deeper into the concept, which will happen through practice. So for that, you need to quickly just tap your brain that okay, I know this, okay, yeah, I had studied this, okay, I had studied this, and then get to questions. So that can be done in any format. Like I said, I prefer watching video lectures, so my method would be watching say chapter 1, the entire video lecture, and then quickly getting to solve questions. If you do not have video lectures, or if you do not prefer video lectures, you can simply skim through your notes. If you do not have concise notes, you can simply skim through Shweta. You don't need to read it in detail, just skim through important points, important sums, something like that. Now, point number 3, and the most important point, is you need to follow this pattern called cumulative revision. What is cumulative revision and why is it important? Cumulative revision basically means that you are accumulating all the subjects now together. And why is it important is because when you had done your first detailed reading or when you started studying, you were giving enough time to each subject. So you know each subject individually, but exam mein, they're not testing you one day on fixed income, the next day on equity, the third day on derivatives. No, all 10 subjects are coming together. Therefore, your brain should be able to retain all 10 subjects together. Your brain should be able to function in a way that all 10 subjects are constantly in your mind, and that is when cumulative revision works. And of course, how to do cumulative revision, let me tell you. So first things first, in your revision period, I think this is a non-negotiable point. I've said it many a times. You need to practice ethics every single day. Pro tip: ethics, बार बार पढ़ने से कुछ नहीं होता. Practicing is more important in ethics, because once you understand what the standard means, frankly, it's just about practicing different kinds of questions on it. It doesn't make sense if you keep reading ethics. That is my personal opinion, and I've seen a lot of people have this opinion as well. So in your cumulative revision period, your day would start, suppose day 1, you will get up, you will solve about 10 questions or one case study from ethics, and then quickly get to revising the subject you had planned. Let's assume it was fixed income. So start with practicing 10 questions of ethics or one case study of ethics. Quickly start revising fixed income. So assuming there are 4 chapters in fixed income, you'll revise chapter 1. Don't solve any questions after it. Quickly get to revising chapter 2. Chapter 3, chapter 4, you have to revise all 4 together. Let's assume you take 3 days for this. So day 1 starts with getting up, solving about 10 questions of ethics, quickly revising fixed income. Day 2, again start with 10 questions of ethics or one case study of ethics, continue your fixed income revision. Day 3 again starts with solving 10 questions of ethics and 10 questions of ethics or one case study of ethics, and then again get to revising fixed income. Assuming you finished your fixed income revision today, you will immediately log into your candidate resource and solve at least 20 questions or 2 case studies of fixed income as well from each chapter. So if there are 4 chapters, चारों के चारों chapters के आपको at least 20 questions या 1 or 2 case studies करने ही करने हैं. Now your day 4 will start something like 10 questions of ethics, 10 questions of fixed income, and then you start revising your second subject and you keep accumulating it this way. Now I know a lot of you will be like, yeah, candidate resource क्यों? And candidate resource में subject wise, chapter wise question है. First things first, candidate resource क्यों is because in the last moment or in the last bit, it is most important that you pay attention to institute questions. Very very basic फंडा जो एग्जाम बना रहा है उनसे बेटर क्वेश्चंस कोई नहीं दे सकता. Now I know that currently the candidate resource questions have chapter wise questions, so it will be chapter 1, chapter 2, chapter 3, chapter 4. तो कैसे mix होगा? You need to keep like from the second day, you need to keep random numbers in your head. So for example, there are 4 chapters of fixed income. Just go to your mom and say, Mama, 1, 2, 3, 4 में से कोई 2 number choose करो. Suppose she chooses 4 and 1. You will do 10 questions from 4 and 1 on that day. The next day again, you'll be like, Mama, 1, 2, 3, 4 से कोई choose करो. Suppose she does 2 and 1. Again, you'll be 2 and 1. Why am I telling you to chapter 2 and chapter 1 से questions करोगे? Why am I telling you to follow this method is because your brain should be ready for surprises. If you pre-plan that, okay, today I will solve from chapter 1 in my cumulative revision pattern, then your brain will only keep chapter 1. If your brain doesn't know कि आज किस chapter पे test किया जाएगा, it will force your head to retain everything because it knows कि ये कभी भी मुझे test करेगा. That is the only point of revision. Now, coming to the end bit of this entire plan is the mocks. I know a lot of you have questions कि mocks कब से start करें. Theoretically, a lot of people like to start giving their mocks like 3 to 4 weeks before, 1 month before they start giving it, and then they give one every week. I am of a very different thought. I don't know why this particular method really works for me. It has worked for a lot of my clients as well, is that I keep my mocks only in the last week. Like literally 1 week before the exam, मैं उस हफ्ते में करती हूँ 2 to 4 mocks depending on how much time I have, what's the mood, what's the situation. That's what I do. And why does it work, I feel, is because the point of a mock is A, to know time, to be able to judge time. B, like I said, the entire surprise element. In a mock, all 10 subjects with random chapters are asked, so you kind of have to force yourself to retain everything together because your brain doesn't know क्या पूछा जाएगा. So that's the main point, and I feel like that is best done towards the end, because I just feel like it's just like such a quick wholesome revision. उस time पे आप और कुछ नहीं भी करोगे, ये भी करोगे, it's a complete thing. So I like doing my mocks in the last 1 week. If you're somebody who has too much of anxiety, then please start 3 to 4 weeks before. But if you cannot for whatever reason, then start 1 week before also. कोई problem नहीं है. How many mocks do you have to do? Minimum 2 mocks should be done. Maximum as many. Again, priority has to be institute mocks. Remember, nobody knows your exam more than the CFA Institute. And with that, we cover the entire video. This is my plan. Now, I know a lot of you will be like, yeah, ये plan ma'am आपने कितनी बार कहा है? It is actually a part of an even longer video of my detailed study plan, but a lot of you wanted like a, just this. You wanted a very focused video on this, so that's why I have given you that. सो प्लीज़ मुझे कमेंट सेक्शन में मत बोलना कि आपने ये बात पहले बोली है. आई नो मैंने बोली है, बट नॉट इन अ सेपरेट वीडियो. इट इज़ ऑफ अ वेरी वेरी लॉन्ग वीडियो का छोटा सा पार्ट. सो जस्ट टू मेक इट more easy, I thought of making a separate video. With that, we're ending this. If you like it, don't forget to like, comment, share, subscribe. I'll see you guys very very soon. Until then, keep stacking and definitely keep learning.